Today I'm going to give you a very simple exercise on how, for all brass players, on how to increase your endurance. Before I was on vacation, I was working on a piece called Adagio by Albinoni, but not a mixture of classical and jazz, my own version, which I hope to record. And I worked on the arrangement, and it turns out I couldn't play it. I couldn't make it through. My endurance sucked. So I went on vacation, didn't play for a week. I said, maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I just need to take a break for a week. So I took a week off, didn't play for a week. Came back, still couldn't play it. Watched a bunch of videos on how to increase your endurance, trumpet players with their Clarks and their, and the long tones. Even remembering, I did a workshop with Jack Walrath, trumpet player, and he's really stressed the long tones and long tones. I do long tones. I do long tones every day. But I still didn't have the endurance to make it through this piece. So I went online and I found a couple of different trombone players with this same exercise. And they said it works very well. One guy, trombone player, even said, I've been working this exercise for 2 years and now I can play triple high B flat. Not just a B flat, double high B flat, which all trombone players, like to try and say they can hit an octave, whole octave higher, triple high B flat. Imagine that. And he danced after about 45 minutes. He played through this whole exercise, explained it, and at the end, he played triple high B flat. I said, oh my God, how in the heck did he do that? So today I'm going to tell you. And first thing you need to do, there's different things you need to do. This is my version and my further explanation. You need to do like me and test and see how bad your endurance is. Ballads are the best way to test your endurance. Ballads and songs, long songs. Playing fast, playing bebop, that's not a way to, or allegro concerto parts aren't the best way to test your endurance. The best way to test your endurance is to play ballads. Oh, well, yeah, of course. I've been playing them from my first trombone lessons. I said, oh yeah, remember the melodious etudes? Man, I played for years and years, for 4 years of high school and 4 years of college. And after playing Rochu's melodious etudes. I've got it right here. And you can see, I'll prove it, how long. Rochu's, I still have the book one. You can see when I start, there's 1975. I started playing Rochu melodious etudes. Crucial to playing. Good test. Get out your melodious etudes if you haven't. See if you can play. So that's what I did. I got the melodious etudes out. I couldn't make it through the first one. I got to the high A and I failed. I said, oh my gosh, I've been neglecting my endurance. Even though I play long tones every day, something's wrong. I've had problems throughout my playing, is falling into bad habits. Bad habits like shifting the embouchure. Bad habit. Using too much pressure. Bad habit. Squeezing your embouchure too much. Bad habits. This exercise will help you eliminate your bad habits. So, I stress the 3 parts of playing, the sometimes playable notes, the squeak notes, and the consistently playable notes. That's what I need to work on, consistently playable notes, endurance. Now I'm going to give you a simple exercise that can help, and it's so simple even beginner players can play it, or they should be playing already. If you're taking lessons, beginner players, if you've been playing a year or so, you probably can play arpeggios, scales and arpeggios. This is basically an arpeggio. F major scale, F major, you can start on F, you can start wherever you want. 2 octave, major, triad, arpeggios. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's the exercise. But, listen to me, You have to do it correctly. What is correctly? Not to use excessive force, not to use too much pressure, not to scream out the top note. This trombone player does triple high, really stress this, keeping your corners firm, not pinching, etc., etc., etc. The proper way to play. So you play the way he recommended this. Play the up, da 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 da. Wait, nailing. He's called it nailing, and nail the top note. Ba da 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 da. I'll demonstrate the way he taught, and I'll show you my version. And he would talk and take a break, da 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 da, nail the top note. Take a break and continue. Now I'm going to show you my version. Since I have problems with the shifting embouchure, what I do is I borrow from my French horn teacher in college and many trumpet players, and that is to keep the position of your embouchure, not to shift. French horn players do this because they have tiny little mouthpieces. Rims are very small, and if you shift a little bit, you totally mess up your playing. So they would do things. They'd play by play, leave it there, and then breathe, and then play. Dr. Scandrette was teaching this. Trumpet players, they do their Clark exercises, and they breathe through their nose. I like to teach breathing through the nose. Also, when I do my long tones, and this exercise also. But the difference in this exercise is when you get to the top, relax. Don't take the mouthpiece off. Keep the position, but you can relax the muscles. Then nail it. I'll demonstrate maybe half an hour shot, just a couple. And I don't, even in between notes going chromatically up, don't take the mouthpiece off. Okay, now you get the gist of that. Hopefully you could see. I'll try not to shift, trying to do everything correctly, not force, relaxing when you get to the top. Now, how do you know when to stop? My one fundamental rule that goes across all instruments is the baseball rule. 3 strikes and you're out. In other words, it's all right if you miss one time, and then you do it again and miss the second time. But if you miss the 3rd time, stop. And this isn't just for this exercise. This is for all practicing. The reason being is when you get frustrated after not only psychologically, a lot of psychologists of music talk about this, the psychology of frustration, of getting physically tense. Of course, when you get physically tense, you lose your flexibility. You become tense and frustrated. That's the psychological and physical. You need to not do that. If you miss it 3 times, there's a reason. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you played 5 sets the day before, or you practiced for 8 hours or something the day before, and you're tired the next day. Don't worry about it. Okay, finished. Go on. Try it again the next day. Maybe take a break if you're not playing a lot that day. Go on to the next day. So, now I'm going to show you how I fail. I'm going to start maybe on a high E flat and show you how I fail. wasn't too bad. Let me go up a little higher, where I normally play F sharp. Normally I go up chromatically, but I'm just going to keep this a little shorter. Fail. One time. Strike one. Strike two. Strike three, I'm out, I'm finished. Okay. Now you get the gist. My major announcement, which I forgot to tell you, I've got a major announcement. I've got a book coming out. It's called Celebrity Encounters of the Third Kind. I've played with her. I've played from Ray Charles. I've played with many, many, many celebrities and met many celebrities, not just playing music, running sound, and also chance encounters in airports. And this book is about stories, about funny stories, sometimes disgusting stories, sometimes funny stories about meeting various celebrities in music, not just in music, in sports and theater, etc., 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 and these stories. So please subscribe and look in my in my description. I'll try and post it. It'll be on Amazon. My book coming out shortly in September of 2024. So ciao, practice, get to the woodshed.